Sound audio is on, and
That's police! What are you looking for? You're making a big mistake. He's only a kid.
Dad, I haven't done anything.
He's a good kid. Jamie, I want you to listen carefully. I'm going to start off with asking you.
Do you know a girl called Katie Leonard? Yeah? Describe each other as friends then.
Is she dead then?
Why would you ask her?
So do you think it would be okay if we speak about it? I haven't done anything. You're a good dad, a great dad.
He hasn't been found guilty. He's been accused. What have you done?
Banged by a girl, you sausage.
You're not getting it.
What am I not getting?
Dad, you're not reading what they're doing. It's a call to action by the Manosphere. 80% of women are attracted to 20% of men. You must trick them because you'll never get them in a normal way.
We've done nothing wrong, have we? Hey!
Look at me now!
It's crazy what your brain tells you to do when you're a kid.
That honestly just looks creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've actually kind of I was actually kind of I find it to be utterly ridiculous. So basically, the idea is that the Manosphere made these children violent or institute other children to become violent. There's been studies done on this. The studies were done specifically by William Costello and David Buss of Texas, of the University of Texas at Austin. If you guys want to read the study, the question they asked at the end of the study is, why aren't incels more violent? It actually, what they find is that incels, because of sedation, like video games and porn, are actually extremely not violent. And so now this movie, the reason why I think this movie is being made to ultimately, other than just kind of a woke agenda, is because of some of the freedom of speech laws in the United Kingdom. I don't know if you guys have seen, over 5,500 people have been arrested because of hate speech in the United Kingdom. I think this being a British produced show is almost like the British government sort of saying, hey, this is the reason why we're trying to protect your children from this type of hate speech so that they become crazy. I'm sure that there's going to be some inspiration here from the whole Elliot Rodgers situation, but the Elliot Rodgers situation wasn't about being an incel or pickup or anything. It had to do with mental illness. You don't make someone a sociopath. It's not what they watched on TV. They didn't read a certain book or watch a certain podcast and become a sociopath. Sociopathy is genetic. And so I think this is what I expect to be the beginning of several other misleading pieces of propaganda to try to make it out like, by the way, I know the four of us think we're not what they're talking about. No, guys, we're who they're talking about. He didn't say red pill. He said the Manosphere. We're exactly who we're doing a live stream right now talking about intersexual dynamics. We're exactly who we are exactly who this movie or this trailer is targeting as the enemy or as the antagonist. And what they're saying could not be further from the truth. I sent this same preview to Mac and Murphy, to William Costello, and I sent it to Alex from Dateside. And I wanted their kind of review of it. And then I think tomorrow I'm going to do a reaction video to it. I think this is the beginning of what we're going to see in the future, which is sort of kind of a way to attack any sort of what I believe is any type of male self-improvement. I don't call it the Manosphere. I call it an arena of male self-improvement. In anything in the arena of male self-improvement is deemed to be toxic by people who make movies like this. And I just think this is the first step in many, and it's something that we have to watch out for. The idea that these young children are becoming incredibly violent because of what they're seeing 80% of women are attracted to 20% of men. That's the other part that I think is really, really disturbing, is that was not a Manosphere statistic. That is the statistic that comes from OkCupid directly, that 80% of women found 80% of men to be below average attractiveness. That's what they said. And so that's the actual term. That was an opinion that anyone expressed. That's an undeniable, irrefutable fact. And so now they're saying that it's like, okay, you expressing this thing, this hypergamy, which is very inconvenient for our side. We need to say that you even talking about hypergamy is therefore making children
Just to
violent.
clarify, OkCupid was talking about 80% of profiles, right? Because most guys have really shitty photos.
Yes, correct.
So, yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think England is a bit different. They definitely don't have the same free speech protections we do. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess if there's a pattern, like it seems like in America, the overturn window has shifted since I don't know, in the last like year or so. Like it seems like I don't know. Actually, it's hard to say because I got demonetized, so maybe it hasn't. Who's to say?
Yeah.
By the way, I don't think it's an overall thing. I think that this TV series, this limited series, is an artifact from when, like, for instance, something like this would have been years in the planning. And I think this is in the middle of We Don't Like Andrew Tate, like the very middle of that area when this is instituted, and now it's just being produced right now. I think that's generally we're just seeing it now.
Yeah.
Is it already out, Michael?
I don't know. Let's take a look. I actually don't know. That's a good point.
Yeah, I'd like to have a look at it. I mean, the trailer makes it seem like you're going to turn into a serial killer murderer as a 10-year-old.
The takeaway I got is some really weird kid who has mental issues who like killed the girl.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's what I saw. But I wasn't, maybe I didn't pay attention to details too closely.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the message I was sending. Like, if you know this one stat that women, find attractive men more attractive, you're going to turn into a serial killer and your kids. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
also,
the point is they said that's why you have to trick them.
Which is that incels are generally pussies, and that they are the big issue they have is they're afraid to take action. So if they're afraid to like go up and say hi to a girl, they're probably gonna be afraid to like murder a girl. So I think that's also another thing is they're just kind of pussies.
The other problem is if you look at every like crazy mass murderer psychopath, they probably weren't a bunch
that's
of
true.
That's true. Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily work the other way. It doesn't mean it's
fair enough. Actually,
yeah, I've definitely seen.
Like I've seen a lot of guys. It comes out March 13th.
March 13th. All right, we'll do a little watch party. All right, we'll react to it.
I've seen a lot of guys that are very.
Dude, if you want to, I'm down to do that. I'm down, Marcus. If you want to come on and do it, we can do that right after it comes out. I actually don't really care about reacting to the show. I'm a huge fan of Stephen Graham. He was in Band of Brothers. He played Agent Garnier. He was Al Capone in Boardwalk Empire. He's a tremendous actor. And when I saw him in this, it made me excited to want to watch the show. Yeah, it made me excited to want to watch the show. But the problem was when I saw this, I was like, oh, they're really just trying to make this completely illogical narrative. Who I really want to hear from is William Costello. I want to hear his take on this idea of Manosphere content making incels violent, which is regardless of what this TV show ends up being, that's the message in that trailer. If the TV show ends up being something else, let's all get along, it's just difference of opinion, etc. That's not cool because the trailer very specifically shows you are doing Manosphere. You're watching Manosphere content. 80% of women are attracted to 20% of men. That's why you have to trick them. This girl's dead, etc. And then at the end, he's screaming violently at this woman like he has conduct disorder. And then, of course, the reason for it is because of content that he saw on YouTube, which is absurd. And so like that's what the trailer is telling me. And if that's what the trailer's telling me, I don't give a fuck what the show's about. That's enough to let me know that they've already stepped outside the lines.
If you want to see like a really like emotional, like heart-wrenching trailer, type in The Ivory Game. It's about like elephants going extinct and like hunters. It's so fucking tragic. Every time I look at that, I don't cry because I'm not. But
we'll do a cry party next week. Tim, you down?
Yeah,
I'm down, bro.